Ďakujem, že ste si zapli toto video. Ak vás táto téma zaujala, nezabudnite kliknúť na tlačítko odber alebo subscribe dole červené a už vám neunikne žiadne moje nové video.
But there are some similar attributes that each one of them share, and those I'm going to share with you today. So, I want to ask you a question. All of your wellness advocates here, all of you are either doing Doterra as a business or want to do Doterra as a business. And so I ask you, are you doing this as a business, or are you doing this as a hobby? It's really easy for you to say, well, of course I'm doing this as a business, right? This is my business, of course I am. So let's talk about the difference between really honoring and respecting and treating it as if you are the CEO of your own business versus doing it as a hobby, shall we? So if you're doing it as a hobby, you will come in spontaneously, right? Maybe the last 2 days of the month, and you might even put in 20, 40, 60 hours, right? Those final days of the month. And then you wonder, well, why aren't people engaging with me? Why aren't people showing up? Why aren't my customers and leaders picking up the phone when I call? Why aren't they responding to my texts? Oh, I'm going to bring out some social media posts really quick so I can get some last minute sales. Why aren't people engaging with me? Well, this isn't working. Clearly Doterra is not working. Right? So it's not working. Or maybe you just begin, right? And you have a few classes and no one shows up. And so clearly Doterra isn't working. Right? So did anybody ever felt like that? But maybe you've been on the apps for your business for a while. Do you know that it takes 8 touches, 8, before someone will engage with you, whether that's to purchase something from you, whether that's to come to an event or a meeting that you're having, whatever it is, 8 touches before they feel that they can trust you enough. So people are watching, right? And most of them are watching, waiting for you to fall on your face and fail, right? Family members, friends, are like, okay, I'm just going to sit and watch and wait for them to fail. This will only last a couple of months and then they'll on to something else. Well, guess what? You get to prove family and friends wrong. Because I still have family and friends watching me, waiting for me to fail. And guess what? Every day they wake up and say, oh, I'm going to prove you wrong yet again, right? Versus, what if you're just consistent? Right? If you're consistent, you're giving you slide. We don't want consistency to look like that. Come on now. If you're consistently pouring into people, consistently planting seeds, right? You're consistently sharing a message. And that doesn't mean, trust me, if you're going to social media and it's all about Doterra all day long, people are going to get tired of that very quickly. They want to know who you are. Yes, you're showing the Doterra lifestyle and everything that you do, but they want to know who you are. What makes you tick? What do you love? What are your hobbies? What's your family like? They want connection, right? And so how are you really reaching out to people to show the connection, to show that you care, to show that they are meaningful in your life? This doesn't mean that you have to spend at least 40 hours a week in order for this to be a business for you. It doesn't matter how much time you're putting in. It matters that you're going to be very consistent with that time. Say, I'm going to invest here, right? When you start taking a business, there's always investment, right? And so are you truly investing in yourself, in your belief, right? And are you investing in your team to really make sure that they feel and see that consistency coming from you? So we talk about how you put in the time. I love a quote from Justin Harrison, who is our master distributor. He says, you can do Doterra full-time, you can do Doterra part-time, but you can't do Doterra some of the time and expect to be successful, right? And so you determine what is the time allocation that you have for all different situations, right? For some of you, I have 1 hour a day that I can dedicate to my business. That's awesome. So for that 1 hour a day, what are you going to do that's actually going to move the needle in your business? How are you going to create those intentional connections each day that are actually going to make a difference in not only the business, but in someone's life? That's what we focus on. For me, how can I make a difference in someone's life today? Make sure that 1 hour that you allocate is not spent scrolling through TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, right? Or seeing what they're putting out on Twitter. That's not going to grow your business, I promise. Right? And sometimes it feels like, no, I'm not going to Doterra people. So therefore, I'm doing Doterra. You're not doing Doterra when you're scrolling through social media. Be very, very intentional. And if there are those people that are already on Doterra that you look at, and maybe they create a trigger for you. Right? So every time you see their post, it's like this emotion that's not a welcomed emotion. Guess what you do with those people? You unfollow them. Right? Take them out of your life so that you can focus on the things that are very most important to you. And for me, as I make a checklist of what it is that I want to accomplish in the day, sometimes I have nothing on that list. And that one thing is to connect with one person. And I'm very intentional about that, where I have the time, where I can focus on them, where I can understand where they're at, what it is that they need, and how I can help them. And I always approach these situations where I can come in and hope, to be able to help them, but I always come away from those conversations. There's because every single person has something so beautiful and special inside of them. And to be with them. So, consistency. This is so important. We did with our time is that consistent time, right? So we actually did a survey for the part success that Emily and I just talked about. To say 2020, pre-pandemic, how much time we're spending in the Doterra business versus just 1 year later. So we're now in the middle of the pandemic, 2021. Can you see the number? From 0 to 10 hours went from 33% of our wellness advocates to 72% spending 0 up to a maximum of 10 hours a week in their Doterra business. Right? And I understand the pandemic shifted things for all of us, and we needed to shift our focus to family, to schooling. Many of our kids came home and we had virtual education. We needed to shift and change and adjust, and I totally understand that. But guess where we are here today? Is to put our focus back. Not that we're forgetting about our family. We never want to shift focus there, but that we can actually shift focus and come back to those things that bring us the most joy. So you think about that consistent time. What's the difference between a wellness advocate just beginning their business and a diamond? Right? What's the difference? It's simply that diamonds are willing to persevere, right? Like willing to push through the pressure. They're willing to put in the time and be very consistent with their time. That's the only difference. So you have to ask yourself, like be real with yourself. Where am I in my business right now? Right? Where am I? Like do a chat with yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Am I putting in the consistent time or not? And how can I improve? How can I do better? How can I start again? And also I encourage you to find those things in your business that do not bring you joy. permission to do that. You might say, well, it's my computer, right? No, you can't lay it down, right? But what happens when you say, this person has to be my leader forever, right? Because they qualify me. And every time you get on the phone with them, there's this sucking energy. Right? And if you ever felt that way, you want to raise your hand because you might feel it, right? Suck you back, okay? So what do you do? Right? You can't let anyone hold you hostage. So even if it means you slip backward and right for just a moment, know we're here for the long game. Right? It's not for the short term. We're here for the long game. Thanks for letting Tommy this message years ago. He said, when you're considering, in our minds a little bit different in corporate structure, he said, when you're choosing the people who report directly to you, you always determine who brings life to your soul. Like when they come into your door, in your office, who brings life to your soul? Who are you so excited to engage with and talk to? And if they darken your door, and it darkens your day by them darkening your door, then you know they're not the right person for you. And so you have to look at that in your business. Who do you want to grow this business with? Choose them, right? It might be somebody that's already in your organization, but if you continue to focus on the people that are sucking the ever-living life out of you, you will not have time and space to find other people who want what you have to offer. Maybe they're on your team already. Maybe they have not been invited to anything yet, but you have to create space and give yourself permission to do that. Okay? Everyone okay with that? Yes? Right? This should be fun. You can choose who you do this with, right? And so it might be some crucial conversations, and that's okay, because we get to do hard things, because we want to enjoy our business. Alright, so next. How many times have you found yourself holding up a bottle of Vanguard or Deep Blue or even posting on social media talking about all of the information that's found on the pit, right? Vanguard will support a healthy immune response in the body, blah, 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 right? Or normal to hear about the product. I'm sorry. They want to hear about the solution. These are real human beings we're talking about with real issues. And so make sure that you're always focused on them, that you're always focused on the solution. Yes, the onward very far may be the solution, but you never start with that. They're gonna check out very, very quickly. You always start with the solution and personalize it for the people in front of you, right? And even if you're posting on social media, make sure you're focusing on what is the problem and what is the solution, right? So, that's on that education that you're doing. Make sure you're showing up, right? Your team's watching you. People that haven't joined your team yet are watching you, right? To see, are you showing up? And something you just heard from Natalie and Emily today. Every event I go to, no matter where it is in the world, guess who's always there? Natalie and Emily are always there. They're always showing up. They're always supporting their team. They're such an amazing example of always rising up. They have a huge, massive family, right? And they still show up. Isn't that probably the hardest year of my entire life. This has been one that has been crushing. And it would be really easy for me to make an excuse not to be here, not to show up, to maybe take a sabbatical, right? To take a little bit of time off. And every one of you would understand. You'd understand. I lost my mom in October. My very best friend. And it happened expected. We had a trip planned. The trip was planned all throughout the year. And it devastated me. I've been through some big health challenges. I'm still going through them right now. And I had so many other things that I have every reason to say, you know what? Not today. Maureen, find somebody else. I can't do it. But my purpose is so much bigger than my excuse. And I know that if I stop my excuses, I would become a shell of the person that I am today. You see, being here with you today gives me purpose, gives me joy, right? It makes me want to become better and do more. So we think about, like, I have this big goal, I have this big dream, right? And I want it right now. I want you to know that what you're doing right now is preparing you for what's going to happen 6 months from now, even 12 months from now, maybe even 2 or 5 years from now. You're planting the seeds, but you have to make sure that when you're planting the seeds right now, you've heard the old saying, you know, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now, right? And so let's keep planting those seeds for that beautiful tree that's going to grow. So when we talk about showing up, we actually have some stats. You just heard Oliver and Michael talk to you about the trick or treat, right? There you go. How many people are going to show up for that? Yes. Now, are you sure you're going to show up? Yes. Okay, now. Do you know that everyone who attends the trick or treat is 3 times more likely to rate events? 3 times. We've done all the stats we've tracked for 14 years. 3 times more likely. So you say, okay, yes, I'm going to be there. But now you have to ask yourself, how many team members am I going to make sure qualify so that I can bring them along with me? Right? You don't want to go alone. You want to bring a team with you. And if you're just beginning, right, you want a team member. It's okay. Or sometimes you go for the first time by yourself. And then the next year, you have 3 people. And then the next year, you have 10 people. And the next year, God keeps growing. And it's so fun. And the last time we were here in Budapest, we had less than 300 people for convention. And now this year, our first together meeting, post-time, 5,000 in person. I mean, it started somewhere and just continues to grow from there, which is awesome. We want to make sure we're focusing on education because we're looking at retention in your business, right? You don't want a one-time sale, even though you know that product's going to go Sunday, even if they just have one product. We want to create a wellness lifestyle, right? We want to change their health. We want to change their emotional state. We want to give them the strength to really care for their body. And so that education focus is so very important. I was talking to Laura Jacobs not very long ago. And I said, Laura, how is it that you have never, and Laura's a double diamond or double blue. She's incredible, right? She's frontline to Navigate and she's never gone back and rank. So she's gone all the way to our top rank, Presidential Diamond, and then she's built a whole other organization up to Blue Diamond. And she's never once fallen back in rank. And I said, Laura, what's your secret? I want to understand. And she said, I educate my people. They understand the value of the product. And they never run out of need for the product. It's something that they're using consistently every single day, every single month. And so we focus on that education to make sure they're getting those rewards to MRP. They're getting that free product so that they can have even more to maximize the product they have in their home. It's amazing as they start living a wellness lifestyle. They become loyal customers, which is why Doterra has an amazing retention. I mean, retention that is unheard of when it comes to direct sales. no other direct sales company has retention like we have because our product works. So I show the value of education. So you look at when people are just buying at the will, right? This is, I'm not sure, I guess, US dollars. So people are just using wills, right? They're usually on average in US dollars, $102 per month purchase, right? But when you start now bringing in nutritionals and supplements, and now actually making it a lifestyle, so this would be, skincare, whatever it is, but it truly is a long-size stuff. Now, that average order size has gone from $100 to $185 per month. And that's all in the education and teaching them about the consumables also that Doterra has to offer. So, I want to share some of the retention numbers with you. So globally, we're about 62%. But I want to show you some bright, shiny spots, just to understand a little bit about some things that are happening. Now you're doing awesome. You got a 60% retention rate. However, I show you this because I know you're still a little bit competitive. And I know you don't like seeing this any lower than any of these other problems, right? So we have this little number, so 60% is amazing. You're just a little bit below the global average. Are you going to settle for that? Are you going to settle for that? No way! So, we're looking at I think there's a couple of groups that have really stood out and have extraordinary retention rates. So US, because it's the first to market, right? That's where we began, right? In our little state of Utah. And so those that began, they were very, very well educated by us when we began, right? We all sat knee to knee and masterminded about product together, and that was taught to their teams over and over again. So as we go into our international markets, sometimes some of that knowledge base with the product was lost. Or maybe you don't have as many consumable products in the market yet. Lots of different reasons for that, right? As the market continues to mature. But we look at Founder 2.0. These are people that are when they get the points to become a founder. It's based not just on enrollments, but it's also based on points for MRP, as well as rate advancement on the team. So they're really encouraged to get their teams to rate advance, which makes retention a major focus, which means to become master educators of product. We have an Anabaptist group, so it's kind of your Amish groups, Mennonite groups, Heritage groups, and they don't do everything online. Everything for them is in person. And I asked Lillian here one day, she's one of our Chesapeake's and learning founders also. I said, well, what's your secret? Right? You're moving through the ranks so quickly. What is your secret? And she just looked at me. She told her cute little head. She weighs about 80 pounds over that price. She's tiny. And she said, I need pipes. She's like, I just keep it ready. I keep educating, right? And people for the people that were educating, I just return and repeat, right? And it was just so simple for her. And she's like, oh, I love this. It is so fun. She's like, I finally found what it is I'm supposed to do it like. This is my calling. And it was awesome to be able to see that. So, here we go. Choose your focus. Whatever you focus on will grow. Do you believe that? So when you focus on what's going wrong in your life or in your business, what's going to happen? Everything goes wrong, right? You're exactly right. Right? You focus on the negative, expect the negative to grow. Right? And become a bigger problem. What if you were to focus on what's going right? And what you're grateful for? Right? What's going to happen? Is it going to grow? I promise you, whatever you focus on will grow. Right? If you decide, okay, my relationship with my spouse isn't all that great, right? So I'm going to focus on how I can make him or her feel extra special today. And I'm going to focus and spend time on that relationship every single day. and I'm going to tell them something nice every single day. What's going to happen to that relationship? It's going to go, right? It's going to get better. What about your business, right? You focus on, maybe you have some things in your business that you don't feel are going really great. Okay, let go of those things. Let me focus on things in your business that you feel are either aren't great or could be great, and you focus there. It will grow. It's always the case, right? If you get super intentional about what it is that you want to happen, right? I'm a big believer in manifestation, goal setting, dreaming, whatever that is for you. I'm huge on that. I'm believing in miracles and believing that it can be. And I have people around me say, I can't. Because I'll say things, this is going to happen. They're like, you're crazy. That's not going to happen, right? Guess what? Almost always, it does. It does. When you say, things are going to work out for me, right? When you put everything into it, right? Sometimes you're going to be left out. That's okay, right? You just keep moving forward. But most of the time, I have found that when you have the focus, when you have that belief, and then you put forth the work to make it happen, almost always it's going to happen. But you have to believe that first. So I shared with you, Natalie and Andy talked a little bit about our online group. So they live on a small island. This is the most locked down state of all of the United States. They had major mandates. They couldn't even gather in person. We just recently, in the last couple months, they opened it up where they could actually gather more than 10 people at a time. They were one of the very last states to finally start to open up. So during the pandemic, this is right in the heat of it, when they were absolutely locked down, right? Couldn't even gather. 2020 to 2021, we have a group of people come together, a small group of people saying, this is what I've been looking for my whole life, right? I've been looking for these oils, I've been looking for this business so that I can create a community so I can change lives. And they got so excited about it, and they said, we are going to have a culture of going together. And we're going to invite others in so that they can come in and become members with us as well. We're going to educate, we're going to get people to connect in wonderful, meaningful ways, and they have to adapt. Again, they couldn't gather in person as they had been accustomed to, so they figured out different ways to be able to connect. They incentivized people to begin with Doterra, right? So they're giving them, toothpaste and product to make sure that they're staying consistent, because they knew once they got them started on a product, they would never want to go away from it. And you can see, like when you look at Break Advancement Program, when you look at the Roll-Up Grow, right during the pandemic, what happened when they shifted their mindset? It was simply a mindset shift, right? Saying, we're going to figure this out. And they did. And it's awesome. And I love to be able to share this story. I also love when we talk about focus. Whenever we focus on growth and to see what's been happening with our hands on our projects. Do you know that half of them are actually coming out of Europe? Half of our projects are coming out of Europe. It's pretty extraordinary. You are such giving people. And I love that you do that. We have that here for Romania. Romania is like off the charts, getting amazing with so many partner projects going on. We're so proud of everything we've been doing. We are looking at the refugees that needed so much help from Ukraine. We already visited their generous donations with Rose Ocean and the Hope Plant. We already had donations in the bank where we could go in and match these projects where we got when we focus our efforts and we believe that we can make a difference, right? When we do, we make a difference. Now, it is so easy for us to look at others, to look at the most successful wellness advocates in Doterra, and think you need to do it exactly like them. I can't tell you how many times I have been pulled aside to say and been asked, how is so-and-so doing this? Or so-and-so's doing it this way, and I've got to do it this way. Or they try to mimic and pretend, and try to do it like other wellness advocates that they admire. Let go of that. What the world needs is you. Each and every one of us are different for a reason, right? I was watching the Europe staff behind the scenes today as the internet went down and frantic trying to figure out what we're going to do and how this was all going to come together. And what if each one of them were only really great at doing one thing well? Right, we're all that way, right? But we wouldn't have the problem solvers figuring it out. Rather, we have a whole staff that have all different skills and talents where they can collectively come together and create an amazing solution, right? The same with you and your team, right? You're going to be different from your client. Maybe you don't even like your client. That's okay. I hope you do, but it's okay, right? You get to do this business your way. What happens when you're super authentic? When you let your true personality shine, right? People are attracted to that. They know when you're faking it. They know when you're being real with them. And sometimes that realness means vulnerability. I was vulnerable when things happened. And I wasn't sharing my story. I want you to know that many of us have been broken at some point in our life. Maybe at many different points in our life. Maybe you even feel a little bit broken right now. And so you can either use that as an excuse, or you can use it as a springboard to push through, to become even better, to allow the magnificence of your creation to shine so bright in this world that it cannot be ignored. Are you willing to do that? But I think about, all the amazing things that are happening and the success that our wellness advocates are having. It's because they're getting creative in their business. And they're figuring out how to create those connection points again, right? It's been a little while since we've done that. And one thing that people are loving right now is they're coming together for rodichovstvo, or simply the sales classes, right? Where they're teaching people how to do a rodichovstvo, or they're putting massage tables and teaching them how to create that connection, because people want that to be able to provide for their children or their loved ones, right? To teach them how to create that connection and keep their bodies healthy. And I love my kids, they always want a massage. They'll never turn that down. And what they don't know is that they're giving them, a touch or massage that can actually affect their emotions. So I got a 15-year-old daughter. She was just one when I started Doterra. Is that crazy? She was 1 years old. Now she's a crazy 15 teenage girl, and I love her dearly. And sometimes she's a competitive athlete, and sometimes her emotions bust her, right? And so she'll cry and carry on a minute, and we love to grab some balance, grab some peace, grab some serenity, put it in my hands, and I'll come up to her and put my hands on her shoulders. I was kind of, crying out to her hair as I'm listening to within seconds, her emotions have calmed down, and she becomes another girl again. It's amazing, it's extraordinary how quickly these oils work. They got creative. Some will do dry brushing classes. Like, you have to be creative. People actually show up for it, right? They don't want to come to the great working bottle. That's essentially what it's all about class. They don't want to come to that. You're leading with a solution, right? Dry brushing is something super popular today. So you can use different blends. Like I love to use aromaterapiou on my dry brush. I love to bring in like pepper and grapefruit and just so many different blends. We actually teach them the art of dry brushing. If you don't know what dry brushing is, go to YouTube, learn what dry brushing is, right? Have people come in, like static shorts and tank tops, and you can actually teach them how to dry brush. It exfoliates the skin, it tightens the skin, it's a great detoxer, it's fantastic. So those are things that people are going to be really curious about, right? You can do a pattern class. We're teaching them how to perfect skincare regimen for their body. They're all called hello all day long, right? Teach them how to do that. Teach them how to take a shot. Or with the jade roller, whatever it is. Get creative in how you're inviting them in. And so that it's actually a topic that they're super, super interested in. Some will even maybe charge a small number charge for them to come. And they'll provide supplies. Maybe it's the roller bottles or spray bottles. So they're making like a potpourri for the toilet, right? And you can make your own essential oil blend with a spray bottle. They pay a small cover charge to cover your expensive supplies. And actually they're going to invest. It's like, €5, something like that, something small. Or maybe they're making a signature set, a signature perfume. So just get creative, get fun. As you're doing that so that they know how to come. Now, first I want to share a story about Betsy. I got to go just a few weeks ago to Mexico for their incentive trip. And I met this woman by the name of Betsy Baltimore. She's old. Her niece is a blue diamond and one of our Latino members. And so she's never had to go above gold because she only needed gold to qualify her niece. And she's always been known as Tia Betty or Auntie Betty. And they got to know her. I came into a circle of women, so we invited them to come on one of the excursions with me. So for anybody that wanted to go to this explore park, ladies, and meet us in the lobby at this time. And so I came in, and Betty's leaving. And I'm like, where are you going, Betty? And she's like, I'm not going. I'm like, well, why? She's like, I can't do the zip line. Well, I want to know, does she have a heart condition? Or is this something serious? And no, I'm just scared. I don't know this. And of course, I know. You're going on this zip line, so I grabbed her arm. And I said, Betty, if I go with you, will you go? And she just looked at me. And of course I gave her that look and I held her hand and she couldn't say no. And so we went off to the Explore Park together. So we got up to the first zip line and she's terrified. She's shaking, she's wanting to turn back and go. And I said, Betty, I'm here with you. We're doing this together. And then I grabbed her by the hands and I said, Betty, are you ready to go diamond? And she said, what? I said, if you do this zip line, if you do it scared, then you have the courage to go diamond. Are you ready? And she said, I'm ready. Let's do this. It's time. So we got up to the zip line, and I went first to show her how it's done. Can you see her? Can you see her face? I don't know, it's a zoom. Oh, no, it didn't zoom in. But if you look back, you see her face. She's terrified, right? She's screaming the whole time, so scared. But she did it, right? Isn't that like your business? The first time you talk to someone about Doterra, the first time you enroll someone, the first time you teach a class, it's really scary. And then you do it, you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad, right? And then you keep stretching, and you keep growing, and you keep doing harder things. That's the beauty of this business, is we keep proving to ourselves that we can do hard things, right? And we continue to progress. So now we get ready to go on the next one, right? We've gone on several, and she's like, are we done yet? I'm like, no. The biggest one is yet to come, Betty, right? So we get up, and sure enough, it's the biggest, tallest, longest to the plane. And again, she says, I can't do this one. And I said, Betty, and I grabbed her hands again, and I looked her in the eye. I said, I'm really glad we set this diamond date. And I know you're gonna do it. But are you also ready to set a blue diamond date? And at this point, she was already thinking through her business, and she was already thinking about her influence and how she wanted to bless more people. And she was tired of being stagnant. And she said, if you will go with me, I will go blue diamond. So we got on together, and Betty and I went on the longest, highest zip line together. And when she got done, she realized fear isn't real. It's all in our head, right? It's all in our head. And what we believe in, we can accomplish. And so I texted Betty. I said, Betty, I'm about ready to go to Europe, and I want to share your story. And I asked her for permission, and she gave it to me. And I said, now I'm going to hold you accountable. Everybody's going to know, Betty. Everybody's going to know that you committed to go blue diamond, right? So I challenge each and every one of you. Set that goal with someone. Say it out loud. Write out your dream. What is important to you? Why is it important, right? What is your why? What is your purpose, right? We told you what Doterra's purpose is, right? We help the world heal. Maybe your purpose is different. Our big, hairy, audacious goal, right, is to triple our impact by 2030. What's your goal for your business? Are you getting intentional? How are you going to accomplish that? How are you going to hold yourself accountable to make sure that you accomplish that? Are you living up to your full potential? Because I promise you that if you are not, your soul knows it. But when you are truly alive, when you are living out your passion, when you are living out your purpose with everything you have, that's when your soul truly comes alive. That's when you are so happy and so filled with joy. And that is when you become an absolute magnet for other people. The next day, I ran into Betty at another park. We found this quote: I will walk by faith, even when I cannot see. So you might be setting goals right now, and you might be wondering, I don't know how I'm going to get there. And if it doesn't take your breath away, if it doesn't scare you, if that goal isn't so big that you don't tremble wondering, how in the world am I going to do it? Then it's not big enough. It's not big enough to set your soul on fire. When we set that goal to triple our impact, it took my breath away, because when we're a small company, it's easy to triple, right? No problem. If we weren't doubling every month when we were a young company, we were so disappointed. But now, at the size of Doterra today, that's a huge, huge goal, right? And it lit me up. And it doesn't mean when you set these goals that adversity will not come. I promise you that it will. I promise you it will. And so expect it and embrace it. I can share with you some of the adversity that we're dealing with right now. You'd be shocked. We try to keep most of it from you so you don't have to even know that we're dealing with it behind the scenes, but it's major. And it's really easy for us, if we could get distracted by it. But for me, when I see adversity come, I'm like, bring it on. It means I'm on the right path, right? Bring it on, because I'm going to push through it. I'm going to get there. You get to choose to be a lighthouse, to be a beacon in this world. And the only way that you do that is to have such clear vision of where you're going, and you're authentic in who you are, And that is when people will come out of the woodwork to find you, to seek you, because you are so purpose-driven that they will want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. You have every capability to achieve your dreams right now. You don't need to go and read a bunch of personal development books. You don't need to go and read every single reference book on essential oils and learn every bit about lavender chemistry before you can be successful in Doterra. All you need is a heart that is wide open and a desire to go out and change someone's life for the better, and to believe that you are deserving and capable of achieving your dream. Right? So, with that, I leave you today with gratitude in my heart. I love you so much, and I hope that all of you are coming to Gala tonight. Is that